RP to Takeoff, man. At the end of the day, everybody know for a fact that by Jay Prince even showing up, I ain't talking about Jay Prince Jr. He did not come because he know the guilt that he has with setting up in involvement with Takeoff. Like, I want y'all to really look at one thing. Jay Prince Jr. gave a speech. In the speech, it blew everybody's mind, man. Like, at the end of the day, Takeoff's sister walked up and she said one thing. She said, I just want to know what happened to my brother. I want y'all to listen to what the eyewitness said. They said people was running out the side, man. Then you saw dude, he instantly ran out the back door, man. He held the back door open so Jay Prince Jr. and the whole MobTies, they ran out the back door, man. This goes to show that they realize, man, they can't stand the pressure that they put on them boys, man. That's why I say, y'all got to be mindful. And again, you have to strategically see how they played this, man. They played their role in this, man. They instantly run up on stage. He instantly snatched the mic from him. Finesse 2 times, try to run up on Migo Band. Migo Band's instantly like, he ain't going this time. Like, at the end of the day, we know for a fact everybody that played a role in this, everything that happened with Takeoff. And again, like I said, Takeoff was a person who kept the group together. And I know Quavo sent back like, man, why would they even try to even run off the stage? You feel me? Talk that stuff that y'all was talking. This is why I always tell y'all, be careful who y'all even surround yourself around, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that you can't win or lose by going to another state and getting sent up. It's only 3 camera angles, and the camera angle that was facing towards Takeoff, like even a little bit towards Takeoff, to be honest with y'all, man, it only showed a little bit of them, like the people who was on the side of the crowd. I want y'all to look at the fact, if Takeoff and them was back a little bit more, then the camera would have caught the whole thing in front of the bowling alley, because the way that the thing is set up. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, man, because I know a lot of people don't like to uplift certain people, like all because of one thing, because a person to turn on you quick. At the end of the day, the only thing about that is we know for a fact that Jay Prince Jr., he shocked feds when they arrested Jazz. You feel me? His affiliates. You feel me? At the end of the day, we know for a fact that everybody know that Boosie, he literally turned that shooter in. Like, we got to pay attention to this, man, and we got to sit back and really be shorty. And what I mean by shorty is, oh, girl. If you from the hood, you know what I'm talking about. Shorty said that Buddy with the V-Long hoodie, he was standing right there even after they started blowing. So who was Migo Bands blowing at? If everybody know that Cam ran inside of the movie. I mean, not the movie, but you know what I'm saying. And when Cam ran inside of the bowling alley, hey, I want to let y'all know one thing. Dude was still right there, man, with the Chucky doll, who they said instantly grabbed Takeoff, like they instantly, he grabbed Takeoff shirt. Takeoff instantly turned around and dude instantly kept blowing. That's why I always tell y'all, man, watch who y'all keeping y'all crowd, because they was hating on Takeoff since the beginning when they instantly saw that he was not with Quavo when Quavo pulled up. Look closely at the video. You see Migo Bands walking backwards. I know y'all peep the yellow jacket dude. Look, him ran out of the bowling alley like right before Jay Prince Jr. walked in. Y'all know that. Migo Bands only turned around because that other dude hit him. You feel me? As soon as Migo instantly heard the first one, he instantly tried to turn around. Dude hit him. Once dude hit him, he instantly started trying to target dude. He instantly started aim for Buddy. Dude feet moved before Migo bands. The eyewitness said that the dudes that came out of the bowling alley, MobTies, you gotta understand, them was the ones who started blowing at the back of Takeoff and sent them up. Like, at the end of the day, this is an act of senseless violence, man. It was some dude coming up out of the bowling alley with dreads. And it was a dude with a bucket hat standing over there. Y'all really got to pay attention to that, because the people who was coming out the bowling alley is the people who real life hit up Takeoff and set them up. The girl who had on the outfit for the Halloween party that J Prince Jr. threw for Quavo, y'all got to really understand this one thing. She tapped the dude with the Chucky. You feel me? She tapped the dude with the Chucky dog. You feel me? He instantly started blowing through the Chucky dog. That's when you heard the muffled shot. That's when everybody started running over. He linked his leg over. Once he linked his leg over, you saw how she instantly stepped back, because she instantly started fumbling with the phone. This why I always tell y'all, like, y'all got to pay close attention, man. This sad, man. RP Takeoff, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that it's a lot of people who need to understand that this is a revolving door, and we need to, like, wake up at a certain point. When you really pay attention to this, you really wake up and be like, you know what? I ain't going outside. I ain't hanging with them today. I ain't finna slide over there today. I ain't finna get into nothing today with them. I don't trust them. They been in too much stuff, especially when they was with Boosie. I just want to first off start by saying I want to send my condolences out to Takeoff. I want to send my condolences out to Migo. I want to send my condolences out to his whole family. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take notes. If you really pay attention to one thing, man, the only reason why Offset even pulled up with four of them goons from Atlanta, he pulled up to J Prince Jr. and them function, man. He pulled up to their concert, y'all. Their whole concert got canceled, man. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take notes on this, man. Y'all got to open y'all eyes to what's really going on, because if we really look at it, man, Takeoff was one of the ones who real life kept the whole Migos together the whole time until they broke up. I want y'all to really look at one thing. J Prince Jr., he in hot water right now for one reason, for what happened to Takeoff, man. They said that he put like 50 of them things on top of it. You hear me? Like, I want y'all to look at that, man. And he got the back end from it, man. That's why you ain't heard from him. Charleston White said that Lil Cam, he not the fall guy. Charleston White said that the fall guy is Migo Bands, because Migo Bands was the one blowing, and that's who they coming out there looking for. And I want y'all to really look at the fact that nobody from Atlanta finna just ride to Houston for no reason. They riding out there for one reason, and one reason to be exact is because the people who was at that bowling alley knew what happened and knew for a fact they could have real life avoided the whole situation, but they didn't. So this goes to show that everybody who wanna sit out there and stick their neck out there and be this and be that, man, you gotta be ready for what come behind this, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact everybody in MobTies, they send back looking like, who next? Like, y'all gotta really look at this, man. And there was a lot of people who sat back and like literally played their part in this. It's crazy how we do this to each other, but again, I can't speak for the next man. All I can do is sit there and let people know that Takeoff, if he would have never been at that bowling alley, he would have never got sent up. This would have never happened. We know for a fact that everybody sit there and say, okay, a lot of people is involved in this, but we know for a fact that it's people who's not involved in this. And the people who's not involved in this is the people who sat there and should have came with him, man, and protected him, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, don't let that go over your head. Like, sit there and pay attention to what's going on, man. He should have had bodyguards with him. It was no way you let some street guys, like real life, have your back. How could you trust somebody and you just saw what happened to Duke the Jeweler? Duke the Jeweler, people sat there and said like, man, here go another one. If everybody keeps sending people up, man, and y'all keep on running out here reckless with these toolies and blickies, man, who else gonna be left? It ain't gonna be nobody else to send up or even to set up. And from what I mean by set up, again, this not pointing the fingers at nobody. This not, like, I'm not placing the blame on nobody. I'm not picking sides, none of that. RP Takeoff, man. RP to the people who was lost on the Migos side. You feel me? At the end of the day, we know for a fact that the people sent back looking like, we just want justice. We just want justice for Takeoff at the end of the day. We know for a fact that Takeoff brother, he went off on J. Prince Jr., man. And J. Prince Daddy, he instantly came out like, hold on. You got to be calm, man. You got to be smooth, man, because we ain't set your brother up. And everybody know for a fact that the Migos, they well connected. They tied to a lot of people, just like J. Prince.
They have been watching you then. They have been watching you based on whoever you know out there in the city of Houston. And you still make a terminology like MobTies. Come on, man. That don't even seem right. And a lot of people believe that's the reason why his sons is moving the way they are. Because it's almost like they pops is validating them.
I just hope that when they do knock on their door, and when I say they, I mean the feds. When they do knock on J. Prince and the whole MobTies, bust all the traps down, everything, they gonna be mad because they didn't think that it was gonna catch up to them. Y'all gotta understand, it's gonna take at least 3 to 4 years before they even run up on them and even investigate half the stuff like that's coming out, because they got to look through all the videos. They got to look through all the, like, the footage. And y'all got to really pay attention. The people that worked there, they wasn't involved in it. So that goes to show, like they gonna be quick to give it up. Like, at the end of the day, we know this, man. And you see Takeoff walking forward. And you see, Cam right on the side. You feel me? This goes to show who was Migo Bands instantly watching. He was watching one of them that was behind Takeoff. I want y'all to know that J. Prince Jr. being in the middle of the fight, he literally sat there and could have avoided the whole thing. He could have told everybody, hey, fall back, man, because y'all see, they with us. They checked in already. They with us.
I mean, at the end of the day, there was a lot of people that saw everything that happened, but nobody expected it to be right there behind them.
And from one thing that everybody know, look, Cam, the man, they sunk the man up, man, at the end of the day. They sunk the man up. And who dropped the location? Who dropped Lil Cam location if didn't nobody know he did that? Once the internet got to the video of what happened with Takeoff, man, RP Takeoff, man, soon as y'all come in the building, man, before you do anything, as soon as they got there, man, they already knew what was finna happen, man. They already knew they wanted Quavo to realize, sit there and bow down to them, man. You gotta understand, Takeoff didn't check in. Takeoff didn't go to Big J Prince Senior house. Y'all gotta understand, it was only Migo Bands, you feel me? And Quavo. Like, at the end of the day, you can't sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or hold nothing back, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that they tweet. And now Charleston White even coming out and saying, don't nobody care about MobTies. MobTies is nobody. They only in their own area. Like, at the end of the day, Charleston White, he reached out and said, I just talked to Buddy already said, Charleston White reached out and said that dude instantly, he was the main one, set the whole thing up. The people who was with J. Prince now. So you got to understand, why didn't they blow in the crowd, like around Takeoff? The reason they didn't do that because the intended target was Takeoff. People sitting back, they looking at this from a whole different perspective, but you can all take into full consideration in all actual reality that, man, it's another guy gone to senseless violence, man. They sent that man up, and that man was only there for his album release, man.
I mean, they were down there for a couple of weeks, and a lot of people had an idea where they were because they've been continuing to drop their location, continuing to promote what they're doing, and obviously at the same time, you know, like meeting people while they're promoting. So everybody knew where they were continuously down there.
So when they even came out and said like, yeah, Jay Prince Jr. stepped over Takeoff. Jay Prince Jr. didn't even help them when they was trying to like make sure he was straight. When old girl was like, what should we do? What did Jay Prince Jr. do? The man walked off. The man walked off and said, man, go over there. Go stand over there. Get away from him. We don't want nobody to say that we did nothing. Get away from him. Y'all got to understand this, man. And Jay Prince Jr. walked right back up in the bowling alley after this happened, man.
I mean, maybe he thought that it was going to continue on. Maybe he thought that there was more intended.
They wanted to leave a scene before the people pulled up.
Right.
Y'all know when you leave a scene after something just happened, you're a potential witness. You're a potential suspect. Right. And from what the lady said who was right there, she said that Jay Prince Jr. and them hopped in the black Sprinter van. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't hop in the other cars that was trailing them on their way over there, man.
Right, but those ones are the safe ones. You know what I mean? Those are intended to be able to move fast, and I think they're made with a special material too to protect against anything that might be coming at it.
Like I think it's a level 2 or level 3 plated. That's what I think.
Some sort of...
Yeah, because the windows on Jay Prince Jr. truck, it like you can't even like if you grab a spark plug, it wouldn't even like bust the window out. Like I want y'all to really take heed to this, man, and look at what's really going on, because it's people sitting back like, why would Jay Prince Jr. and them even like get mad because the video circulated? The video circulated for one reason, because if the video never circulated, nobody wouldn't know that Jay Prince Jr. walked off like that and left that man right there.
There's going to be a lot of videos that come up because you figure there was at least 40-ish people, they say, around, and then all the cameras from the businesses.
Yeah, but you got to understand, the billers and bowler, that whole place, they got security cameras surrounded it.
Right, but they got them all day long, so all night long, as they were coming and going, they got cuts of everybody. Like a clear cut, not a panic cut like they would at the end. And
then one thing that they kept saying in the news, they said that why would they even keep bringing up a dice game, but the argument was about a basketball game? I
think I heard that it was a dice game, and then they were challenging.
They did a one-on-one after the dice game, and Quavo won. And dude got mad because Quavo won after the dice game. So people not sitting there looking like they was at the Billiards and Bowling. It's a whole arcade with the basketball. Like, you got to understand, they thought that they can beat Quavo in the basketball all because of one thing. Because they thought that because he was drunk off the lean, that he wasn't going to win. They was betting 10, 20,000 a hand. Y'all got to look at what's really going on, man, and pay attention to the people who realized sitting back in the background who didn't want to speak up when they saw everybody that ran up on Takeoff, man. And they kept saying, like, hold on, why would Cardi B even say that it was a setup if it wasn't a setup?
I mean, there's a lot of information that's going to come out, but a lot of people are saying that it's possibly because they were watching, they had eyes on him the whole time, and they were right behind him at the end, when anything could have been provoking it, or it could have been intended.
This goes to show that a lot of people don't want to get involved in it, because if you pay attention to RP Duke the Jeweler, because they said that Duke the Jeweler was the same person around Jay Prince and them when that happened. They was around Jay Prince now. Like, it goes to show, like, the magnitude of, like, the people who hating on you and they around you. That's why I say, watch your circle, man. Lil Cam was the one, he was standing behind Takeoff when Takeoff ran up. And I want y'all to know one thing. Jay Prince Jr., you sat there and showed your respect towards Takeoff and the whole Migos back walking over the man. Once you walked over him, it goes to show your respect for him and that you wasn't protecting him. At the end of the day, why was them two dudes waiting behind Takeoff as if they already knew that Takeoff was going to be the one who run in the crowd and try to save Offset? And he was going to be the one that run in the crowd and try to save Quavo. If you really pay attention to it, they already said that dude with the yellow hoodie was the main one. Because after he hit Takeoff, he ran. He ran right to the left side, ran right in the bowling alley. Why was he the only one running? Because everybody thought that the first one came from Buddy with the dreads. Y'all kept watching dude with the dreads. No, dude with the dreads he was actually with the Migos. So y'all gotta look at one thing. They sat back and countered. They targeted once Quavo started arguing, they already like surrounded behind. You feel me? They already surrounded behind Takeoff because Takeoff was sitting back, ain't know what was going on, and J. Prince Jr. was in the middle of the whole thing.
Road. Say y'all he on side the road right here. He can't move, y'all. Let's get him. Ooh, the car done shut off. You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. And that would never have no problem. It's always we'll get with it now, man. If he has some money, I'll